Happy lunch hour, gang. Okay, as I'm still waiting for this snowstorm to hit here, we have ever so light flurries right now. That's not the storm that I'm most worried about. Taking a look at what came out this morning. No, I'm not talking about the Trump got no penalties on him whatsoever for the idiotic lawsuit in New York. I'm talking more about economically. I'll go out on a limb here and say, expect us to officially go into a recession this year. The reason I say that, if you saw the employment numbers that came out this morning, yeah, they were hot, if you will, which you'd think this would be a good thing, right? Supposedly, the U.S. created 256,000 jobs in the month of December. Expectations were at 160. That dropped the unemployment rate slightly from 4.1%. Giving you official numbers, stick to this, okay? That means basically that we will not be seeing, at least for the relative future, more rate cuts by the Federal Reserve, okay? So we're still going to stay in that 4.25% to 4.5% range. Which means mortgage rates aren't coming down, credit card rates aren't coming down, car loan rates aren't coming down, nothing like that. So if you are looking to buy something via financing, this is what you got, okay? It's not going to make anything better by holding out. On the other side of the fence, if you are one of those people that is saving, okay, whether it's your savings account, whether you buy CDs, whether you buy treasury bonds or anything like that, you don't have to worry about the risk of, gee, something's coming due, you know, a CD's maturing or a bond is maturing, and oh my God, I'm going to get less income out of it. No, you should be able to consistently expect a relatively stable rate for about the next 6 months. So good and bad. Here's the problem with all of this, and I've mentioned this many times. You can probably expect in February or in March, the next time the Department of Labor comes out and mentions employment numbers, these numbers will all get revised downward. Meaning, we didn't really create 256,000 new jobs in December. We just told you that for the time being. Now, to give you an idea of the effect this is having on the overall economy, right now the Dow Jones is down about 600 points. The S&P is down almost 100 points. Yeah, it's nicking people right where it hurts. Now, maybe you're one of these people that got one of these new jobs. Good, okay? But I want to remind everybody what last month was. It was December. What happens in December? People go Christmas shopping. What do companies do? Whether they are brick and mortar or whether they are online. They increase seasonal payroll. And so what we're going to wind up seeing is in January, a lot of those 256,000 new jobs that were created are going to go bye-bye. Why? Because those people were hired to handle the Christmas shoppers. Happens every year. It's amazing to me that nobody ever figures this one out. So what we're going to wind up happening here in the next about 2 weeks from now, I guess it is, a little after the inauguration, is the Fed will not cut rates, not try to stimulate the economy, okay? Because they think they've got inflation in check. Yeah, well, this goes back to what I was saying a couple of weeks ago. Don't expect anything great, that we'd still stick around at 3 to 4% inflation this year. We may wind up going higher because when all those jobs disappear that were supposedly created, now all of a sudden we have the same problem. We still have high interest rates, nobody working, or not as many people working, unemployment goes back up, and now we wind up with the issue of car repossessions, foreclosures, etc., etc. People can talk all they want about, well, taxes are going to change, Trump's going to start all these tariffs, and we'll see if that happens. But I will tell you this right from the beginning. He doesn't have a magic wand. It's not like, oh, it's January 20th, I'm inaugurated. January 21st, poof, taxes are gone. And like I said to you yesterday, exactly what will happen is the states will see this as an opportunity to pad their coffers and go, well, the Fed's cut the rate, so we're going to raise our taxes. And, Joe Public, you don't have to worry about it. You were paying $100 in taxes before. You're paying $100 in taxes now. It doesn't make any difference to you whatsoever. You're still paying the same amount of money, whether it goes to the feds or whether it goes to the states, right? It's kind of like the same logic that Kathy Hochul used in New York when she said, when the original proposition was for the $15 bridge tax, and they reduced it to a $9 bridge tax from zero, okay, and came out and said, look, I'm saving you money. No, you're not. I'm paying more than I was yesterday. That's not saving me money, okay? But it's that same lunatic liberal logic that we've got going on. Remember this, like I said earlier, all the numbers have a tendency to get reduced. What do you think, under Biden's Department of Labor, the last report that's going to come in under his presidency, that the Democrats are planning on using, okay? Gee, look, when Joe Biden left office in January, we created 256,000 new jobs. Bidenomics was working. Trump came in the very first month he was in, what did we have? We only had, I don't know, pick something, 30,000 new. See, his policies don't work. We should have stuck with what that is. That's exactly the plan. This is politics as usual. And the ones that are going to get punished for this is the American public. At least the ones that are borrowing money, trying to buy houses, trying to buy cars. Come on. You're looking, a car now costs you $50,000 for a basic, decent-sized car, okay? That's right. The average annual salary, the median average salary in the country is about $50,000. So basically, the middle of the road, 50% above, 50% below in the country can afford a car, right? This is the insanity that we've got going on. This is why I'm saying we can probably expect officially to go into a recession this year, because the unemployment numbers are going to go up, the interest rate is going to be too high, the Fed did not do what they were supposed to do because they're throwing darts at the comic section trying to figure out what to do, and whether they hit Charlie Brown or whether they hit, I don't know, little Abner. That's how they're pretty much picking what they want to do with the interest rates. Hang tight, be steady with what you're doing. Again, I'm going to go and say the same thing I've said all the time. Get out of debt. Do not take on more, okay? It's just going to get you in trouble. The whole thing we have to do is get ourselves out from under the grasp of those that are trying to destroy us, okay? We do not want to be slaves to their master. That's what they're trying to do. Do what you can, as hard as you can, as fast as you can to get out of debt. Trust me. The day you pay off that car, the day you pay off your house, it is more liberating than you can imagine. Because the next month when the paycheck comes in and you're writing bills and you go, holy crap, there's still money left in the checkbook. That's one hell of a great feeling. Pinball out.